Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Women in Finance and Investment platform. Today, in our WIFIN Spotlight series, we are in conversation with Dr. Rejoice Wudamdedzi Foli, the Senior Project Manager at Absa Bank, Ghana. She has over 15 years of experience in the financial services sector and has successfully delivered and implemented over 35 projects to take on. She is a fellow member to our WIFIN platform. She's also an international positive role model and award-winning certified coach and facilitator who is socially motivated with the desire to inspire individuals to realize their full potential the right way by developing talents. She has joined us today to talk about her journey as a woman in the finance and investment space. My name is Ch.BA Aotarwa, and I am the country representative of WIFIN in Mauritius. Dr. Rejoice, welcome to our platform, and thank you so much for your time and for joining us today.
Thank you, Chavish. I'm so grateful I've been called to be part of the session today. It's really, really joy and
That's
fulfillment
amazing.
For me. Great joy and fulfillment for me. I'm happy to be here. Thanks to Women in Finance International Network for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. So in many countries, women outpace their male peers at nearly all educational levels, but they continue to face discrimination in the labor market, including the financial sector, and have lower rates of upward mobility. So they need to see a role model. So our viewers are eager to know about your background, your upbringing and education, and are there any experiences that have molded you into the strong person that you are today?
Great. So I'm the third born in a nuclear family, having 7 siblings. And my name, as you already stated, is Dr. Rejoice Wudamdedzi Foli from the Northern Volta and Togo, respectively. I happen to be in a family where my dad was a health practitioner, and my mom worked within the health sector. However, just at the age of 5 years, my mom had a cardiac problem and she was out of job, bedridden with a cardiac issue. So I happened to be that fortunate daddy's girl that had the advantage and care from a father. I happened to be groomed as a Christian, and due to the love, the care, and the discipline that I had from a masculine gene, I became very assertive, bold, filled with that attitude and skill of tenacity. That skill of tenacity has helped me to come thus far. So that is a bit about my background.
And what are the experiences that have molded you really into the person that you are today?
So, as I already stated, I happen to be with working parents, whereby my mom had to drop due to illness. So my dad, I became the mother of the home as early as 5 years with my dad. My other siblings were in school, were also taking care of their other things. But because I was the youngest then, I had to support my dad in everything that he does. I go shopping with him. I go to school with him. He takes me to school. And sometimes I have to be that person that gives him comfort because mommy cannot do anything. And literally, he saw me as the mom, the best friend, and the wife from that age of 5. So I grabbed that attitude of responsibility from a younger age. So some of the skills that helped me were the skills of tenacity, companionship, responsibility, and that attitude of own responsibility at a very young age.
So indeed, you have been a role model since childhood. And really, discipline and taking responsibility goes a long way. So with over 15 years of experience in the financial services sector, how has your professional journey been?
Yes. So it's been an interesting journey because of how things went within the domestic environment in relation to parenting. I ended up at a secondary school. I had my secondary school certificate from Ula Secondary School in the Volta region. And that was my last formal education. So I couldn't continue to the university. Therefore, I seek for jobs. I had my first job at VRA as a non-clerical staff, which some people call the messenger, and had the opportunity to apply for an industrial attachment at Barclays then. So fortunately, because of my resilience, I was taken up at Barclays as a non-clerical staff as well as a messenger. So when I got to Barclays, I had that comfort. I loved what I was doing. Their companionship, the way the people were handling me, let me use the word, the society or the environment in which I found myself made me comfortable. So I confirmed and decided to stay at Barclays. So I started as a messenger, as I indicated earlier, and started doing homeschooling. So I work and school along the line. Fortunately, 6 years after doing that job as a messenger, actually, because I had no help from anywhere, I was content with what I had and I was doing it with high level of focus. I was able to finish my Chartered Institute of Bankers examination. So within that 6-year period, I was using my salary to pay my fees and then enrolled into the Chartered Institute of Bankers because I found myself in the banking sector. So I was able to get my intermediate certification after 6 years of joining the bank. And that gave me the opportunity to be employed as a permanent staff. I was so happy about that transition. Therefore, I didn't give up and I started and enrolled as an HND student, which is the Higher National Diploma with the banking certificate. Within the year of enrollment as an HND student, I had the opportunity to be promoted as a governance supervisor. That gave me great joy. So I had more money to pay for my fees, take care of my siblings, take care of my dad, and also develop myself on the job. But what drew more people to me was my attitude of humility. Though I was promoted as a supervisor, I still gave respect to the people that I was working with whilst a non-clerical staff. Therefore, that attitude of humility gave me the opportunity for others to give me the necessary advice and guidance that I needed on the job, and to give me the opportunity to continue with my education whilst working. So this was the way I continued till finally now becoming a PhD holder and a senior project manager in the bank. So currently, I'm the first lady with a PhD in the bank. And I was part of the noble people that supported the transition of Barclays to Absa. And I'm so glad that the environment in Absa has given opportunity to people like us to develop ourselves and grow within the business. Growing, getting to be a marital person, started making my kids and still schooling within the same environment. And this gave me so much joy. And I felt glad that I was focused to transition within these trying times. So that is how my career has been within Barclays and Absa respectively, to be now called Dr. Rejoice Odumdeji Foli, a senior project manager at Absa Bank.
That's amazing, amazing. It's indeed a pleasure to have you over here. So this brings us to our next question, which is what do you think is the most significant barrier to your career as a woman leader in the finance and investment management industry?
Sure, thanks for that question. When it comes to barriers, I look at external barriers and internal barriers. For me, internal barriers normally are my concern, because the external barriers, I know I don't have so much control over, but the internal barrier is me, how I react to the other challenges that I face. So when it comes to this, the internal barrier is how to empower myself to mitigate or curb the external barriers. Like children, like a family woman, a single mother that is doing a corporate job, I see that as external. But my internal tenacity and attitude towards managing those external factors, biases or stigmatization from other people towards me as a woman, that is the most significant for me. Empowering and managing the external barriers from my side. So that is the most significant for me. And because that was the significant barrier I have seen, that is why I have joined groups like WIFIN. That is why I have joined groups like Women Network Forum in my organization. That is why I network with other people. That is why I have a mentor that could guide me, because I saw those things as external barriers, but my personal attitude towards them needed to be positive for me to be able to fight them. So in conclusion, seriously, I don't see them as barriers anymore, but the how of handling them, it's my business. And I see myself as the barrier. Therefore, if I don't demonstrate a positive attitude or a growth mindset, I may not be able to work on them. So there are no barriers, but myself, I see as a barrier, and I am doing everything possible to work on myself by networking, by getting the guidance from a mentor, by joining WIFIN, by joining other women groups and societies that give me that strength and tenacity to fight those things and never see them as barriers, and help others to also toe the same lane. Jaffe, that is it.
This positive attitude, this kind of mindset is what we are trying to spread through our platform, This is why we need your presence to be able to spread the awareness of having a positive mindset, a positive attitude. This is what leads to success at the end.
Sure. Yes.
So let me remind our viewers that Dr. Rejoice is a member of the 30% Club, a member of the Institute of Directors Ghana, a member of the Chartered Management Consultant, a member of the Institute of Bankers, among others. So as a professional, actually a strong professional woman, how do you stay mindful of who's at the table and who's missing, really?
Yes. As a professional woman, my mantra is the key of focus and being present. So to be mindful of who is at the table and who is not is ensuring at each time at the table that I am present. How am I present? I need to be conscious about whatever is happening in that environment. So that brings me to this discussion of being a member of 30% Club. We meet on virtual platforms, but I make sure I understand my responsibility on that club because I'm on other platforms as well. And make sure I own those responsibilities. I happened to have a question one time whereby someone was asking me, so how do you manage on all those platforms? And I told the person it's about planning. And it's about knowing myself and accepting that responsibility that I have a lot on my hand and I need to be in control. Now, I don't see that as stress. To be mindful also is your mindset about what occupies you. And when it comes to me, being busy is not a border. Being busy is not a barrier. Being busy is not stressful. But being busy is productivity. I'm mindful about the results that I get at the table each time. So if I need to look out for who is not on the table, I know I'm going for responsibility and I need to own that. And if it is something that will not add value to that table, I try and look for other options that will make it add value. Is it just going to accept that responsibility and make sure that we move on in the positive direction without blame games? Is it also going to make sure that as a project manager, I am going to do certain things on my calendar that will let things be rescheduled? So this is the attitude that I bring to the table. Making sure that I plan well, I know when to delegate and when to accept responsibility, and know when to prioritize and say this is important and we need to let this be a low-hanging fruit and give priority to the other. So being mindful to me is responsibility, productivity, and then making sure there is no blame game, but ownership of responsibility.
Indeed, more and more women are taking up more responsibility in terms of in their professional career. But according to you, why has there been more improvement in women taking up more professional space in the industry? Is it like you mentioned because women are a tremendous resource, or is it because diverse representation promote business success, or is it just because of the advent of technology which has decreased the traditional way of thinking?
Yes, I'll say that all that you said could be factors, but all these tools were there initially. and women were still the lowest percentages on boards. All that you stated were there, and they are iterative. It's a process. But now, one of the things I have personally identified, or in my opinion, that is bringing more women to the table is the engagement of creating that awareness for women to see themselves as capable. And those engagements are being done through organizations like WIFIN, through organizations like Women Network Programs, through organizations like Business Engage, 30% Club for Women, Diversity and Inclusion Initiatives. There is more awareness on these things. And institutions are now open up to help and support women who are willing. I want to use the word willing. The awareness is to tell women that you are capable and you should be willing to occupy that space. And I want to congratulate WIFIN for being part of the initiatives, such slogans of diversity and inclusion. And my internal Women Network Forum at Absa,
Yes,
we are also doing so well. We are doing so well. I always appreciate my MD for the great job in the initiatives and platforms that she has created, whereby some of us have gotten the opportunity to be mentors. So I am proud to say that since the inception of Women Network Forum in Absa, I have mentored 40 to 50 ladies in the business and
nice.
about 15 men. Though the initiative was for women, men started getting close to me to mentor them, especially when it comes to career development and personal development. So it has given us so much benefit. And I would say that there is a gentleman who used to be a security man at the bank, approached me 5 years ago that he wanted to go to school because he sees me at the Learning and Development Center studying. So he wants to study with me. He started. Now he has finished his degree and he's a branch manager at one of our branches in Absa now. He started as a security man or a gatekeeper. There was another that was just an archive specialist working at our archives. He is now an IT director in one of the vending firms in the country. So mentoring helps. Getting the right people to guide helps. And I'll say that is what is bringing, yes, bringing most women to the platform. Mentoring, guidance, inspiration, the opportunity given by network forums, women groups, women societies that are ringing the bell for women to get on board. And advocacy, that is what is bringing us on board. But at the end of the day, we need to remember that as women, all the structures will be in place, but it's all about us. We need to own that responsibility and be willing, confident in ourselves, and be ready to take up that baton. Yes.
So Dr. Rejoice, as you have mentioned that you've been part of WIFIN, you've been part of the internal forum at Absa, and these platforms have really promote diversity and inclusion. But we always ask these questions to all our interviewers. What are the steps taken by your firm, with regards to diversity and inclusion, considering the global underrepresentation of women in the finance and investment management industry?
Yes. So when it comes to what we call it the Women Network Forum in Absa, WNF, WNF has put in place so many strategies, and I will talk about 2 or 3 of them. The first one is the mentoring and coaching committees. They have several committees.
Yes.
One of the good things is the mentoring and coaching committees. The others are the health and safety wellness programs that have been put in place. And these wellness programs cover models that help women to psychologically develop. So apart from the WNF Forum that organizes programs for women or ladies in the bank to get involved, participate, get motivated, get guidance, get inspiration to meet their objective or to get fulfillment in whatever platform or career endeavor they want to take. There is also this wellness program whereby the forum invites people, intellectuals, to come and talk to the community, to give the community awareness of how they have to psychologically manage themselves. And this has really opened up a lot of women to be able to share their needs, to be able to get out of their box, to deal with issues concerning psychological, emotional, stress issues, domestic violence issues, and other harassment issues within the organization. Yes.
Yes. So our young viewers, especially young girls, need to see role models in whatever career they choose. You cannot be what you cannot see. So what advice would you give to our next generation of female leaders?
Thank you. So for the next generation of female leaders, hi female leaders. It's fun to be a female leader. And there is a saying from Thomas that says that a vision without execution is hallucination. And that has been my mantra. You need to have a purpose. And the purpose, I try to break it down by saying that you need to take advantage of possibilities, which is the P, because there are a lot of opportunities and you need to make yourself available to leverage on those opportunities that bring brighter possibilities to you. I also say that the U stands for understanding your own goals, the goals that you set for yourself, the objectives, the path you want to take. You need to personally understand it before someone can help and guide you along that path. Then the R is you have to respect everyone, because familiarity could block opportunities that could come your way. You can't know everything about the person you've met, but respect opens up people and gives them that joy to help you because they feel respected. So you need to learn or appreciate what it takes to respect others. Don't take advantage of people because of familiarity, because it doesn't help. Then The other P is for you to be prayerful. No matter your religious background, prayer is key. The S is for you to serve. It's good to be a good steward. However, depending on your level of leadership, servant leadership is also key because we are in an agile world now. So, despite where you sit on the table, you need to serve, be a steward, and appreciate servant leadership. The E gives you the opportunity to love yourself. There was a study in Wisconsin University that students were so busy for their exams. But it happened that those who planned well and knew their strengths, understood their strengths and weaknesses, knew when to rest. So they slowed down and pick up to get better results. So you need to love yourself. And loving yourself for the E is knowing when to slow down and knowing where to pick up. That will help you enjoy the fruits and the benefits of all the struggles and the stress that you've taken yourself through just for the purpose of meeting an objective or a goal that you have personally assigned to, and have taken the pain to get mentors, join groups that have helped you to achieve. Don't give up. There is no need to give up at any point of your career journey, because writers normally say that it is never too late to be what you might have been, because opportunities always come every morning. And that is the message from George Eliot. However, I personally say that success, it's not just as it is, but we create success. So your self-ambition, it's created by you. Thank you, and be someone that will create your own platform that will leave a legacy for others to enjoy. Thank you. Thank you, WIFIN, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much for encouraging and inspiring our viewers. We want to have you on our platform again and again. To our viewers, I hope you have gained so much insight from our conversation. Ladies, it's about time we take some space in the finance and investment industry. Until our next interview, please like and comment on our videos and subscribe to our channel for more insights. Thank you.